Do we want to make a list? Yeah, I'll do like 10 characters that I would want. And then we can, yeah, I'll just keep it over here. I'll just do like top 10. I'll just do like a list for all the characters that I would want. Oddly enough, one of the ones I'd probably put on here, I'll just shrink this a little. One of the characters I would have put on here is Akali, because I wanted a ninja character for a while, but now that we know that she's the next character, I'm just more excited for that. So I'm not going to put her down, because we already know she's in. But in terms of characters that I would want, this isn't characters that I think are going to be in the game, this is characters that I want. I think I want to have a mix of characters that feel like that I would want, but also characters that it's Fiddlesticks. Okay. I was about to say, yeah, it's Fiddlesticks. I was about to say I want characters that feel appropriate for the game, and this is one that's both. Fiddlesticks needs to be in the game eventually. Like, let's be real. Fiddlesticks has to get in. He is our weirdo character, and he's not only somebody that I would want, but also we need, like, another weirdo. The only one we have right now is Warwick, and he's not even that weird. Because he's like a big werewolf, but like in the face of fighting game weirdos, like we need like an Arakune character, you know? We need like a meat from Mortal Kombat. And it's definitely Fiddlesticks, and I'll say like weird, because he's a weirdo / me want. I'll put like reasons for why the characters are on here. I don't know if he's gonna be number 1, but I'll keep him there for now. But yeah, Fiddlesticks has to be in eventually. Maybe Fiora too, because we don't have. I like Rapier and like Lance characters, and I think Fiora. I'll put her on the list for now. We'll put her on the list for now. I like Fiora. I like Rapier characters. Ever since that's one of the reasons why I like Mael so much in Expedition 33, or at least her gameplay. Speaking of which, there's another character we gotta jump to. She's a little further down, but I also need to add her to the list. I'll put her in the second slot because she's right behind Fiddlesticks in my opinion. I think I skipped over her. Oh, there she is, Poppy. Poppy is the other character I want. She fits like an archetype that I like, which is like little girl, but like big hammer or like big damage. Because like I like the idea. I guess it comes from the fact that I really liked Nora and Ruby when I was a kid, and that sort of just grew into like girls with hammers, I guess I like, or something like that. I don't know. But I think Poppy would be super cool as like the next sort of like Yordle-esque character, and like making her design, because like her archetype could be like here, I'll say it, like little girl but big damage. Like if she's like the most damaging character in the game, that would be great. If like she just does like boatloads of damage with her hammer and stuff, but she's like this little girl. And you could still give her like weaknesses and make her like a more well-defined character by maybe making her like slow. She doesn't have any projectile or like anti-zoning tools or something like that. You know, and like she has like long-range moves with her hammer, kind of like Darius' axe, but like they're not like fast, so like you can hit her out of the startup or something. Like there's ways to make her balanced, but like making her like the character like shits out damage, that would be awesome. I love characters like that. So yeah, Poppy would be up there. She might be my number 1 actually. What else? Quinn. Rel would be pretty cool, but I don't know how you put a centaur into a game like this. Riven. Okay, yeah, never mind. I know she's already been leaked. She's probably next. I thought she was the next character after Caitlyn, but yeah, I'm just gonna put Riven down. Riven. It's very obvious why she should be in the game. Designed to be in a fighting game. If you don't know, the people who made Riven for League, I don't know a lot about League, but I know this. The people who made like Riven for League said they designed her like she's a fighting game character, because I'm pretty sure is it her 3 or no, it's her 1. Yeah, her 1 is but her, I'll move this over here, her Q, her first ability, is literally a Rekka. And I'm fairly certain I remember hearing from like League designers that they said like we were inspired by like fighting game Rekka moves when we came up with this character. So yeah, she's going to be in the game eventually. But yeah, I would definitely put Riven down. We need another weirdo. You know what? We need another like, because I got like human characters on here now. I see Samira and I see Dante. And I'm not going to put her down right now because I don't really want her all that much. I don't need Dante yet. I think we might have to put Tahm Kench in. Again, I don't know a lot about this character, but he's a weirdo, and we need more weird characters. We need monsters. Monster character. Because even like with Fiddlesticks... Sorry, I misspelled that. Even with Fiddlesticks, he's not like a big monster, like a big body. And I think Tahm Kench would fill that void. Or maybe Twitch. I do know Twitch, the rat guy. I'll hold off on him because I would prefer Kench personally if we're talking about weirdos that we would want. Because I have like a couple archetypes that appeal to me with characters that I pick. I pick waifus, I pick old men with facial hair, or I pick weird, grotesque monsters. And there's like no in between. That's all the characters that I play. So I would definitely play Tahm Kench. Who else? Honestly, I think Thresh is a must-have. Thresh is too cool. Thresh, because aura. He's got too much aura. Again, I don't know enough about the lore of these characters, but I just look at this silhouette and I look at his skins, and like, he's just got so much going on, man. Like, we need like the edgy motherfucker. It's like this guy or a Nocturne, and I would have Thresh, and I think he was another character that was data mined, so it already works. It's like there's like a three-way race right now. You're either gonna have Thresh, you're gonna have Gangplank, or you're gonna have Nocturne. And I think Thresh is the one that I would want above everybody else. So yeah, we'll say Thresh. I spelled his name wrong, didn't I? Yeah. Who else? We need another Noctis rep, and I'm trying to find some way to make it not Katarina. It's Katarina. It's Katarina. Can I put Kat in the same boat as Riven? Because she also feels like a character, like super hot knife girl assassin lady. Like, that just feels like a fighting game character. You know, it's like the Cammy Whites of the world. It's like Nina Williams, except she's not blonde. I feel like having her just makes sense. Especially because, like, we need more from Noxus right now. And so I feel like Katarina, Riven, and then maybe somebody else. You know, like maybe Mbessa, but I don't want to add any more arcane champs. So maybe like Swain or Trundle. But yeah, I'll put Katarina down. More Noxus / already concept art. Yeah, I'm not missing the fact that it was already confirmed that Katarina was one of the champs that was designed, and there's already concept art. So I feel like they're already repurposing her for this game. But yeah, that makes sense. We need... What are we missing? So we have good monster rep. We can have one more monster, maybe. Like, who would be a good monster here? Oh, where is, the Violator from... Here he is, Cho'Gath. Sorry, I see this guy and I just think of the Violator from Spawn. Cho'Gath should also be in the game. Cho'Gath. There he is. More monster weirdos. There. We need another one of those. I think Cho'Gath will get in before Tahm Kench. But I also think I would prefer Tahm Kench, but we could just have both of them, so that would be cool. I would love this. And you know what? If we're doing this and we need more of the Void, You know what we do next? I was just about to mention this. We don't have many mages, but we can put in Kaisa. If we're adding a mage character, it should be Kaisa. I think she is the best of, like, the mage characters, aside from, No, Lux shouldn't be in the game, because Lux is our Waluigi. She's the character that every single time we get new characters added, everybody's asking where Lux is, because she feels so obvious, right? Because every single subsequent time we add a new character that's not Lux, there's going to be an outpour of people saying, where's Lux? So you're doubling your advertisement for your game. You know, any publicity is good publicity. And so, no, we don't add Lux. That's why we're adding Kaisa. But also, Kaisa's just a cooler mage. And especially because I know Ezreal's already going to be in the game, and I think Cho'Gath and Kaisa would both be our, like, Void reps. And they would actually be great together, because both of them are opposites in terms of playstyle. One's a big body, one's a small body, one's a monster, one's a human, one is, like, all in on brawling, one's a mage. They complement each other perfectly, and I think, like, that would be a great, like, double season if we're doing, like, two champs. Like, if we're doing two champs announced at a time, announcing Cho'Gath and Kaisa in the same season would be perfect. I would have that. And now that we're on the last one, we really need to think about this, because here's the thing. I've picked a lot of characters that I feel like are good for the health of the game. You know, Thresh, Kaisa, Fiddlesticks. You know, there's a lot of characters on here that would be really, really good for the health of the game. And a lot of them that I also like. But I haven't picked a character that is specifically for me. And so this last slot is going to be a character that I want, no matter what. No matter how unrealistic getting this character might be. And I know who it is. It's Gnar. I love Gnar's mechanics so much. The whole, like, little guy turns into big monster. That is so cool to me. And again, I don't play League, but if I played League, he would be one of the characters I would play. Because it's so cool to me, the rage mechanic, and how he turns into the big monster and everything, and all of these abilities. And I just, like, that would be such a great idea for a fighting game character. And so I'm going to put him down as the last one. Gnar, my personal pick / love rage mechanic. There we go. So yeah, he would be my personal favorite. He would be my personal favorite character that I would want. No matter how unrealistic and impossible it would be to add a tiny little squirrel to a game. I mean, they did Teemo. They're going to do other Yordles, so they could find some way to do it. Just having, like, the install and having, like, all of the things of how would you do the rage mechanic. I think that would be amazing. But yeah, this is the final list here. I'll go big now. This is not in an order, by the way. I know it's numbered. This isn't in a particular order. This was just in the order that I found them in. But number 1, Fiddlesticks, should be obvious. He's the premier, like, weirdo Arakune character who's like, who the fuck is this? And, like, he probably wouldn't be top tier, but there'd be, like, specialists who only play Fiddlesticks, and he'd have so much. And, like, I would personally play him probably. He'd be one of the characters where, like, I'd play him, and then I'd realize he's too complicated to get good at, so then I'd kind of drop him. But that would still be fun, and, like, I think I would just love him. I put Fiora because I personally like rapier characters, and we don't have one of those, so that would be a great style of play to see represented. And she's also pretty popular, so that's a pretty safe guess. Poppy, that's another personal one, but I also think we're missing this archetype. It's a very specific one, but making her the character who, like, shits out damage, like, I think that would be a great design to have here, especially if we're not making her a big body. That would be a good challenge to do. Riven is, I think, already data mined, and she's another character that I would want, but at the same time, I think she's just designed to be in a fighting game, just based on her moveset, so that one's obvious. Tom Kench is my pick for like another monster character we could add because we don't have enough like big like weird monster guys, and I think he'd be a big weirdo. Him and Fiddlesticks would both fit the bill for that. Thresh, I was joking when I said because aura, but at the same time he does have the aura, so I can't really turn him down. Katarina is basically already in the game because we have concept art and we need more Noxians. I think Riven, Katarina, Darius, and then like Trundle or somebody. That could hold us off for Noxians for a while. And then Kaisa and Cho'Gath kind of go together because we don't have anybody from the Void, and I would pick them for the Void characters. And I'd also pick Kaisa for the Mage because I think she's more interesting than somebody like Lux. You already heard my spiel about Lux. And they're not going to add Mel. Mel is the last character they're going to add from Arcane. I can stand on that. There's so many cooler mages. And then Cho'Gath is another big monster weirdo, and I don't really have many big bodies on here because I don't like them, and there's enough in the game already. But I gotta add at least one big body, and I think Cho'Gath sort of fits that bill. And then lastly, we have Gnar. He is my personal like character I would want the most, but at the same time, it's probably the least likely. I just think his rage mechanic is so cool, and seeing how they could adapt that to a fighting game would be great. But yeah, that's it. Out of all of these, the ones I personally want the most are Gnar, Riven, and Poppy, probably. Yeah, I would say that.